morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
I lived.
Are we here?
I have lived.
He's back, baby.
I'm back.
Sports.
Oh, he's back.
Return
He's
public enemy number one among Cubs fans. I love it. We got a lot to get into on today's episode. Got to talk about as we come out of this bye week. Get ready for our matchup with El Washington Commanders. I've been on the West Coast working on my Spanish.
Oh, El
Washington Commanders. Correct. Are the Chicago Bears in a position to make major additions to this team? It's going to be very interesting to see how Ryan Poles addresses some of the issues on this team ahead of the deadline. And then got to break down the Tyreek Stevenson conversation that he had with Kevin Byard. And of course, talk a little bit of Cubs. Fortunately, down 0-2.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Date's 10/7/2025, 7:03 in the morning. And I'm spicy today. I'm ready for it.
You got a lot of people wanting a piece of that.
Oh, and I'm ready for all of you.
Jesus.
You want me? Come get me, baby.
Man, there's a line out the door.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I just think people just don't understand, or you just have your heads in the sand, because this is how most Chicago fans are, I feel. But hey, all that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily Morning Breeze Edition. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Shout out to you guys for showing love as always, man. Jordan JC. What's going on, my guy? How you feeling? You okay?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm feeling great. Are you feeling okay?
I'm good. I'm refreshed. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go.
Sure.
Mugs want to go to war with me. If you want war, I want war.
Before we start this battle of the cross towns, whatever we're gonna do, I will say welcome back. I'm gonna give you a peace treaty right now. Welcome back. It's good to have you. I'll be honest, it was a little rough without you. We held it down, but there were a couple days I was like, oh boy, these topics. I don't know where to get them from. I didn't want to just pull them out of the random air. But shout out to you. That just shows your craft, brother. So
yeah, man. Listen, I've been doing it for a little while. It's sometimes you got to, especially during a bye week. Although I feel like y'all left a lot of meat on the bone. Pause.
Mr. Meaty wasn't meaty.
That was a rough one. That was a rough one. But hey, y'all, you tried your best. And you failed. You know what I mean?
Screw you. Oh no. Welcome back though, for real.
Shout out to y'all, man. I did miss you guys, man. Y'all know I miss doing this. It was good to get a break and actually to take a break. I think that's the crazy part. Like to take a real break is insane, as my son is going to start crying right now.
No, here we go.
What?
Here we go.
What? I'm doing a show. Can I do the show? You chew on your tree back there.
Oh,
but okay.
Here we go. Yeah, see.
There's a baby on the string. There's a baby on the string. There we go. All right.
That's right.
There we go. Daddy daycare this morning. You got to do what you got to do. Welcome back. I mean, came back full regalia on this month.
See, that's how we get back in the algorithm. Just like Steph Curry, you got to bring a baby on the press conference. That's right, yeah.
Just throw a baby on the screen.
5,000 views and whatever.
Let's get it cracking on my guy, because I thought this was interesting. You sent me this topic this morning. And the possibility of a, Max Crosby trade would be interesting is we talk about some guys who are available right now. But I think a real question that we have to ask around the Chicago Bears team as this thing really gets cracking post bye week.
Yeah.
With what we've seen from this team this season, are the Chicago Bears in a position to try to make major additions to the team? You sent me the article. The article talks about how Max Crosby could be somebody available, seeing as how, the Raiders are god-awful. It's wow. At first you're like, oh, well, Gino, bad day versus the Bears, tough day. Gino has only had one game without an interception.
Yeah, he's giving the ball away.
He looks rough, ladies and gentlemen. And the team overall looks rough. Max Crosby's amazing, and y'all know how I feel about going out and getting a premier pass rusher. But are you in that position where you can go after a name like that? I've even seen, right? I saw Breece Hall yesterday drop out. I know, like 4 years into his career.
Yeah, I saw that.
Honesty. You know what I mean? The honesty of being a running back in the NFL. He says, I don't have much time left.
Yeah, to prove.
And I don't want to keep sitting here and, being on teams where I can't prove that I can be a winner in this NFL. Are the Bears in a position to go after a player like that as we head past this bye week? And I believe we are we 1 month away from the trade deadline?
That sounds correct. Yeah.
NFL trade deadline 2025 is November 4th. We are just under a month away from the trade deadline.
Yeah. Yeah. And so here's my thing with this. I think because you've recovered your season going from 0-2 to 2-2, and now you've gotten, hopefully you're getting people back. You're coming off, or you're about to come off the bye week, and you're returning hopefully some more healthy bodies. This thing could look really, really good. And the way the arrow is pointing for the Bears, supposedly, possibly, right? Or we hope, is that it's moving upward, and that maybe even as Ben Johnson mentioned, you're going to see our best football going into December, and that's where I hope that we can be buyers versus being sellers, or just kind of staying the course. And so I do challenge Ryan Poles to sit here and say, you know what? Do I kind of have a chance of righting some of my wrongs? We've seen you put money into your pass rush and it not really bear any fruit. I don't think there's anyone on our line now that has 2 sacks for the season. Everybody's got 1 or a 0.5, I believe. Montez has 1. Adingbo has 1, I believe. There's no elite pass rusher. We've known that for a while. When you say Montez Sweat is your best guy on the line, that's still not breathing fear into the opponent much. And I'm sure not even now for a Montez Sweat like you would for Max Crosby. And so what is it going to take for you to get him in the building? Well, the article mentions, obviously, you got to start with the 2 first-round picks. Now, that's where we're questioning, is it worth it? Put my dang down, flip it, and reverse it. No. Is it worth it?
Welcome back.
Is it worth it? I just did with my head. I was like, I got to go with the Missy line. To do that, or do we save, obviously, the future value and pick maybe the edge rushers? There's a couple of names that I heard that are coming out of college, over the next couple of years that might be good pieces. But oh boy, hey baby,
yeah, caught that to the face.
Thanks for your contributions. I like that. That to me is the question. Do you do that way? Or do you go the obvious route, the route where you get a guy that's in his prime? I believe he's 28. I want to say.
Yeah, it's kind of insane.
And
Max Crosby is
he's still
well under 30. He is 28.
Exactly.
He won't be 29 until August of next year.
Come on. So I feel like, yes, you at least get in the conversation. Unlike when we had, the Micah Parsons, discussion, and that we wasn't necessarily in the sweepstakes for that. We weren't necessarily in the sweepstakes for that. And so that's where I stand with this is, you clearly will get an elite game changer. You saw it firsthand. You saw the compliments that he gave Caleb. So clearly, if he were to come to a team like this, he would clearly be backing up the quarterback. He would be backing up the things that he saw. He appreciates the challenge that Caleb gave him. He said he has his respect, and so it's not like Max coming here would be an issue for him, I don't think. But now that you have money spent all on the line, it has to come through trade value for your draft, and so that's where you lose your value.
Oh, yeah. The issue with Max coming here would be, how do you make it financially work for the Chicago Bears? And again, I've talked about this. Thank you, son. I've talked about this a ton of times. You find out how to make the financials work. That's what Ryan Poles is good at. That's where you make your bread and butter. And I'll continue to say this. Everybody, was yelling at me. You can't trade him to go get another pass rusher. You're putting yourself in the same position. No, I'm not. Montez Sweat's on the table for me. I would trade Montez Sweat to go out and get another premier pass rusher for the Chicago Bears team. I would. Now, is Max Crosby going to fit into this locker room? Is Max Crosby going to remember when I asked, Ryan Poles about going out there and adding to the team in that manner? It's truly, who fits in with what this team wants to do. And are the personalities that you're looking for the wrong kinds of personalities? Because you're going with these personalities over the talent. And that's been the biggest issue with the Bears. You've got great personalities in the locker room. I love these guys in the locker room. The only guy I really don't talk to is Montez. I think that this is a great group of guys in the locker room. Does that mean that they're a great group of guys on the field? Hasn't proven that way all the time. We're seeing a little bit more this season that it could be that. I think here's my thing with, the possibility of the Bears going out there and making a move. If you beat the Commander, it's more feasible to me to say I would want to see the Bears go out there and try and add a player at the deadline, a Max Crosby. Y'all know I'm not trading for running backs, so the Breece Hall of it all is nothing for me. You made your running back bed, lie in it, get a ball to Kyle Monunga and figure it out.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
And I'm not gonna lie, it feels very Chiefs right now, where we want to establish this run game. We want to be better with the run game, but we don't have a running back to do it. And so we're not really running the football a ton here. We're running the football to establish enough of the play action. But look at your schedule now. If you beat the Commanders, you then have the Saints. You've got the Ravens, who probably still won't have Lamar Jackson. You've got the Bengals, who are god awful with Jake Browning.
Yeah.
You got the Giants, who I guess Jackson Dart is giving you something, maybe a little boost, but it seemed like it was a one-game thing and it wasn't great. Oh, by the way, you're at home on that. You get the Vikings the second time, an opportunity to get back into the division. The Steelers look like a much tougher team. Eagles are the Eagles, even though they don't have an offense that's potent, and Saquon just went down. Then you get into the Packers situation. Browns are going with a young quarterback. Packers are still a tough team right now. 49ers going with a young quarterback. Or I'm sorry, 49ers going with Mac Jones right now.
Yeah.
Then you finish the season out with the Lions. But your schedule looks completely different than the daunting schedule you thought you had coming into the season because of some of the injuries that have plagued this team. Does that mean this is the time for you to go out and make a massive move? If you win versus Washington, you will have that Bengals game is the final game before the trade deadline. And I think if you get into the Washington game, you start making calls. If by the time you're at the Bengals game, you found a way to win 2 or 3 of these games, yeah, I'd love to see you go all in that situation.
Yeah,
I would love to see you go all in that situation. I just think it has to be your team is progressing in the right direction. Otherwise, it's not worth giving up. Now, for Max Crosby, it's worth giving up. 2 firsts in Montez, I'll walk it to Vegas. I just left there. I could have worked out the deal myself while I was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love that Joel is just in here dropping running back names. Chad, what is he doing? That's Sean Alexander taken after a kicker, by the way. But no, man, I feel like if you're going to be in that position, if you're truly a team in a position to go out there and make a move of that ilk, a major move, a major addition, you got to be trending in a direction where you're going, hey, like playoffs are a real part of our future. We're going to be the first team that started off 0-2 in the division and have a real opportunity to make the playoffs here. And I don't think that we would have said that with that 0-2 start. And so I think this is going to be incredibly interesting to see how this Commanders go, how this team responds. Bears, I should have looked this stat up again. I'm just getting back into the swing of things, but off of the bye, we have not been a good team.
It seems like the more rest you give us, the weaker we get. Yeah, like whatever game plan in the past, it never usually works out in our favor coming off of the bye. But hey, times could be changing.
Times could be changing in theory. The Chicago, oh my God, we're horrible historically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's bad.
There's no way that it's impossible.
Oh no, give it to us. Come on, stats.
The Chicago Bears, no, that's just okay. That's just their entire record. Man, the last 5 years, our record is 28-56. Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. I thought it was giving me all-time bye records. I was like, we've sucked at the bye every year.
As far as I can remember, we've never really had a good game plan coming out of that. You know, obviously that's a credit.
I don't remember us. Staff. I don't think we won out of the bye last year. No. I'm trying to remember by seasons. I don't think we won out of the bye last year. We didn't win much at all last year. I don't think we won out of the bye in the 7 and 10. Maybe we won out of the bye in the 2023 year. Definitely didn't win out of the bye in 2022. Definitely didn't win in 2021. We didn't win at all out of the bye with Nagy. It might be from like Jesus. Yeah, it's bad. 2018 we did. Did we win out of the bye with Nagy?
2018 was a good year.
2018 was a good year, but I don't remember. Let me see. Bye week. 17, 30, 14. No, we lost to Miami out of the bye.
To the Dolphins in 2018?
In 2018, we lost to Miami out of the bye. It's a very.
What was on Miami back then? Okay.
I think that was the is that right? It's got to be 9:30 to 10:14. There's got to be a bye week. We had a week 4 bye week. The season's shaping up very similar. We had a week 4 bye week 2018.
That's why we were comparing the Nagy season to the Ben Johnson season.
So apparently we went 24-17, 16-14. Mitch dominated Tampa Bay 48-10, and then we lost Miami. Remember, Khalil Mack went down there and just looked gassed in that Miami game because they shaded just the Bears or shaded just the Dolphins side of the field. But either way, we'll see how this team looks out of the bye. We'll see what kind of football team we have out of the bye, and I think you have to make your decision based off of that.
You do. You have to make your decision based off these next 4 games, I think. And again, like you mentioned, you have a chance to really shift the culture here.
Spell that for me.
SHIFT.
Oh, thank you.
You have a chance to shift the culture from how it started this season. And again, a credit to the coaching staff. And so, yeah, if things look good, we got to get past our demons with the Bears-Commanders game. Saints looks like that could be maybe an easier game to play. Obviously, Baltimore is going to be a challenge despite their up and down season. And then the Bengals, like you mentioned, with Jake Browning and Joe B being out, that makes the schedule much easier. And so we'll see, at least split the next 2 or the next 4.
Yeah.
I would say the best option would be to go 3-1. Obviously, the best would be 4-0, but 3-1. And you got some discussions that you need to make around Max Crosby.
Listen, we go 4-0. We're playing pants off football at that point.
You better get Max Crosby.
The pants are off, baby.
Yeah,
you know how that's going. By the way, Jordan JC, I know I've been gone for a little while, but we are over 100 in the chat. Over 200 in the chat. 200.
Waiting to do these dance moves, baby. Welcome back.
We're all uncomfortable.
That's
221 in the building. 30 likes on the video. Let's get up over 200 likes on the video, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. If everybody hits like right now, it will push this stuff out throughout the algorithm. And the YouTube algorithm seems like it's finally actually getting fixed. So hit that hype button as well. Big shout out to you guys. Oh no, it's all weird. It's all weird. Yeah, I believe that game, somebody said, and we lost to the backup quarterback. Was that a Mike White game? I believe that was a Miami Dolphins Mike White
was
game.
The stars on the Dolphins back then? That's what I'm trying to figure out. During 2018?
There were none. there were none.
Okay.
Hey, man, let's keep this thing moving along. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always, man. We're back in full force, which means there are ad reads again. So we're going to take a quick break, listen into a word from our sponsors. But before we do that, previewing this next topic, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see this. Tyreek Stevenson, very self-reflective. We know he's going to be the major topic of conversation heading into this season. Is Tyreek Stevenson going to be the difference maker in this Commanders game? We'll talk about all that and more coming up next. But first, let's listen into a word from our sponsors over at Aura.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https://aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we got merch. That's right. New website, new merch, all out. We've been telling you guys to pull up on us. Now you can at twcbreeze.com, where you can find out all of the latest stuff going on. What all can they find there, Super Producer?
Listen, you can join the nation, sign up to our mailing list, and be up to date for events and news. You can also visit the shop page and order merch, because we have t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we got hats, we got all kind of stuff. So, hey, we appreciate you being tuned in with us. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on all our socials. Check us out at twcbreeze.com.
He's way too excited.
I am.
Come on, Pat. That's a tough day. Welcome back.
The best show for Chicago sports.
Yeah, nothing like getting peed on by your son a little bit, right? Had to stand him up for a second. Oh, boy. Listen.
That's right.
That's tough. Might have to let you solo for a second while I change this diaper, JC. I still got you set up for that. Welcome back. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. I'm going to need new pants.
Oh, that baby's funny.
Oh, let's get into this topic as we keep this thing moving along, man. Appreciate y'all for showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We do have the Washington Commanders coming up. Yes, we do, son. And I think that the biggest storyline this week, we all know, right, is going to be around Tyreek Stevenson, the fail Mary, the tipped pass, the oh my God, I can't believe what we just saw play that ended up happening. And Tyreek actually had a chance to talk about it on the recap with David Kaplan's podcast, which, oh, Cap, I got something for you in this next segment. I love Cap, but I was ready. I was so mad I didn't have a mic with me. But I'd have been on the plane just, what are you? No, I'm just playing.
You got words for everybody.
Where this week is going to reside, I think we heard a Tyreek Stevenson who has played better the last couple of weeks, who has truly looked like the Tyreek Stevenson of the second half of his rookie year, when he really looked like he was going to be a truly dominant player in this league. Somebody that you thought was going to be, oh, this dude is going to be aggressive. He's going to be shut down. He's going to be a problem. And we just haven't seen that consistently from him. Now, the last couple of weeks, he's been great. I think he's been literally, I mean, arguably, probably out on the defense, maybe your best player. I'll throw a Kevin Byard in there for last week's performance in that conversation. But the last couple of weeks, he has been the spark that this defense needed. And he was very self-reflective of what happened, how it happened, what led to the miscue of the play. And I thought it showed a ton of growth. Now, again, I love what he said. Your actions speak louder than words. But I thought his comments showed a ton of growth in the conversation of, that's not who I am, but that's who I showed myself to be. And that's the problem there. Jordan, JC, you've been Tyreek Stevenson's biggest hater. Literally. Your thoughts on what you heard from Tyreek and how big of an impact you think that's going to make heading into this this week. And I'm going to go change this baby. So,
oh boy.
It's your world, baby.
Hey, how's everybody doing this morning? And so to even piggyback off of, what Pat just said, I have been Tyreek's biggest hater, biggest critic, whatever you want to say. I've been very judgmental of him, and a lot of it has to do around the expectations of someone that you took that really showed a lot of promise his rookie season, going into the tail end of it, and coming out and not seemingly doing anything after that to show that he deserves to be on the field. And so, whether you call me that, I rightfully felt that way, and I felt like his play backed that up. And so to hear for the first time him come out and express himself on the Intercepted podcast with his teammate Kevin Byard, that, this is something that really impacted him. It humbled him. It really affected the way he thought about things. He said that he put himself in a position where he was bigger than the game. And that's the accountability that I want to hear from Tyreek. And of course, that when the situation happened, there were indoor meetings and indoor conversations with his teammates and the staff at the time. And so, there was apologies that were made. There was things that were said that, he set himself to hold himself accountable. However, actions do speak louder than words, as Pat just said. And I love the fact that in the past 2 games, he has showed up and showed out. He has needed to step up. I thought that this was going to go south very quickly, especially after an 0-2 start. You're not really having a lot of faith. And then when you come down with all these injuries to your secondary with Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson, and then Terrell Smith goes out for the season, and you're not having any confidence in what you have out there on the field. When we talk about starting Nahshon Wright and Tyreek Stevenson and Nick McLeod, that doesn't necessarily give you a whole lot of hope, right? Especially against the teams that we were talking about being very challenging teams this upcoming season. And so the way he has handled himself, the way he has performed, the way he has stepped up and set the tone, whether it was against Dallas with the strip of Javonte Williams, that strip fumble, I think really propelled the team to get their offense going and getting that win against Dallas. And then this past game, you're talking about him setting the tone as well when it came to that all-out stretch, full extension of the body interception. Like, to me, that shows the potential.
That was so insane.
To me, and the way he kind of like flipped back up, like that was impressive.
Yeah.
That was very impressive. And then even the stats show that he's been targeted the last 2 games 12 times, only completed 3 passes towards him for 16 yards. That's what I want to see. That's the potential and the talent that I want to see. And so he said, I love the fact that he said there is time sometimes to pop your collar. You know, Tariq's still going to talk. Tariq's still going to say he's the man.
I want him to.
But now back it up. Back it up.
Yeah, listen, I want him to. And I think people look at Tyreek Stevenson much worse than what he actually is. When he talked about, you know, and me and you have had this debate. Yeah. That one game is terrible. But for 30 other starts that this young man has, he has not been the worst player on the field by far. In fact, more times than not, he has been an impactful player for the Bears. Are there some knucklehead penalties in there? Sure. But I think everybody, like, unless I'm forgetting a massive one, everybody points to the Jameson Williams penalty. Wasn't that penalty on Jameson Williams? Like
versus
when we were going up against Detroit when he got in Jameson Williams' head. Like, that's a good moment.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, I know the storyline is going to be Tyreek Stevenson. I know that the storyline is going to be, you know, this is the guy who stopped us from winning last time. This is the guy who takes a win out of Caleb's mouth. I still think, I think Tyreek plays a massive part in that game. If you do your job well, the coaching decisions don't matter at the end. I will argue with you that the 15 yards means more than the Hail Mary.
I do too.
Matty Eberflus is done.
I'll admit that.
Guys, he's still not good. I mean, like, he's not even good as a DC now. So, like, to me, when I look at this upcoming week, I think this is, you know, listen, inside the locker room, I hope that they think, who cares about that play last year? Ben Johnson already said he wouldn't give up that yardage. I hope the mindset is, who cares that Tyreek Stevenson tipped that football? And who cares that happened last year? That's a different coaching regime. That's a different defensive system. That's a different defensive coordinator. That's a different mindset in the building. And do I think that the Bears are going to go into Washington and destroy this team? No, I actually think I picked the Bears. I think I picked the Bears. No, I might have picked the Bears to win this game. And we'll see. You know, listen, Washington looked phenomenal last week, and I don't know if that's more of the fact that the Chargers looked god awful. And we'll break that game down in spades throughout this week, especially with a Monday night primetime game.
Oh yeah.
But truly, I do wonder if this is a defining moment in Tyreek Stevenson's career, or if this is just, hey, go out there and put up a game where you play well and it's 3 good games in a row and that moment doesn't matter, because that's truly what I want it to be in that building. There's nothing you can do to change that season. There's nothing you can do to change that moment except play the way you've been playing right now, because eventually, like he said in the interview, you just become, hey, that moment happened, and then he was all pro Tyreek Stevenson from there on out. That's what I want to see. You went from and show that. I'll say this, coming off of the bye, it would show me, it would give me a little more faith that you can have consistency.
Yeah.
Because right now you're at 2 games of being targeted just about every play and having a perfect passer rating against you, and 2 games where you've been an absolute lockdown stud in everything that the Bears have needed you to be. Which scale is going to tip here in this Washington game is going to be a very, very big conversation for the team.
Yeah, and that's the word that I keep going back to as well, is consistency. You know, you can really quiet all of the doubters. You can quiet me even more. I will be Team Tyreek. I will have the pom poms out if you continue to show that it's not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk. And we talked about him saying that this is the season that he's really going to show up and show out. Even more so now that your best corner is down and your second best corner in the slot is down, it's proving to us, oh, you have the ability to probably be a top, cornerback one if you put it all together. If what's between the ears is on point and you're focused, you're not sitting there, being distracted by the little things. I understand having fun. I understand having fun with the game. That's a part of it. That's the joy that you bring to the team. But you got to do the first things first before you celebrate, before you jab at the mouth, before you get yourself in a position where you're not as valuable as you think you are because you're not backing your words up with actions. And so again, the positive is he has put two really good games together. Let's string some more together. Let's at least show that you're not the reason why we're losing. You're not the reason why the Bears' whole season just kind of went down the drain, because just the overall vibe, the overall energy just kind of got killed when you went against that team last year. And so this is a defining moment. In my sense, I think a mental hurdle, I should say, not maybe a defining moment, but a mental hurdle that Tariq can get over if he has another really good game.
Oh, listen, I think for the team, honestly, if we're being honest, for the team, if you find a way to go in there, and I don't even know if it's find a way, if you continue to play the way that you've played, a little up and down in that last game versus the Vikings, but do what you got to do to get a win, and you win yet again, like, I truly think this could be very similar to what it was for the Raiders last season. You might be in a situation where you go on the run, where you have unlimited confidence. I think that coming off of a game where you literally just went, this is how we lose these games.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we lose game. We give field goal position. They go down, they kick it, they win, we lose. You block the kick. Josh Blackwell. Like, this is how you build the confidence and belief in what Ben Johnson is doing. That's how runs are made. And now you're in a position where, again, looking at the schedule, like, you win this Commanders game, now all of a sudden we're kind of like, hey, you should win the rest of these games. You should beat the Bengals. You should beat the Giants. You should beat who else is on the schedule that we got? The Saints. You definitely should beat the Saints.
Yeah, you should beat the
Saints. Are god awful.
Yeah. Do you want
so it's just like, I feel like this could be such a confidence boosting game for this team that, it could be something that sparks a massive win streak. And dare I say, maybe you get a little closer to the number that you and Joel have than the number that I have. But a little closer, I mean 11 wins. You guys calm down.
We're going to win 15 straight. That's right. 15 straight. Book it.
That'd be nuts. But I mean, that's kind of what happened in the Nagy season. Well, what if Ben Johnson's just good Nagy?
I tell you. He's great Nagy.
What if he's just good Nagy?
Bro, I tell you.
Run the table the exact same.
This town would flip upside down. Yep.
Please. But no, man, let us know how you guys feel in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We are over 3. Can I reach it? Can I read it? Over 300 in the chat.
Right. Yeah.
Oh. 300.
Yeah.
Got a baby in one arm. I don't know if you guys have noticed that.
That's right. He's double duty.
Hey, baby. Let us know how you guys feel, man. Do you think this is going to be a massive game for Tyreek Stevenson, for this Bears team to kind of hit a little bit of a stride there? Let's finish it out with this, which is the moment that JC and I have been waiting for. Cubs side.
Oh, no, you don't. God.
So while I was on vacation, I dropped a couple of tweets. I think everybody kind of found the one, but I dropped a tweet almost for every Padres game as well. And I was like, as a White Sox fan, go Brew Crew, am I right?
Oh,
As a White Sox fan, go Padres, am I right? And everyone lost their ever-loving minds. Your boy went viral. People were losing it. I also said, as a White Sox fan, go Mariners. Nobody picked that one up. And I was called outside my name in many ways, which none of y'all want to run hands, so that's cool.
A lot of words.
By my own colleagues even. Shout out to Cap and Shea, somebody who's actually on a show with me, you know what I mean? And I was called a jag. I was called a child. Because I don't root for your stupid North Side team.
Hey, watch it.
No, I'm not a Cubs fan.
You watch it.
Because I'm not sitting here. By the way, when did the Brewers become the Packers? Like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
All right?
We're not doing that.
Vicinity matters.
It does not.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't matter to me. And by the way, I think, listen, first off, I'm going to get to you in a second. But first off, Shea, stop being hot take Henry. I dropped one tweet about it that went viral. And this mug's like, oh my God, he's dunking on Cubs fans all weekend. I wasn't. I didn't tweet about the game other than that. Literally didn't tweet about the game other than that. I tweeted about game 2 a ton, and none of it was dunking on Cubs fans. It was just reacting to the game. How about you worry about the Mariners and stop worrying about Chicago business over here? He's a Tigers fan.
Oh, well. All right.
And to Cappy, listen, I'm not going to call you outside your name like you did me. But what's with the soft take, Mr. Take That? Like, when did it become bad to have rivalry? When did it become bad to have your team in town? JC, would you ask a Mets fan to root for the Yankees?
I would think not, if I'm being completely honest.
Would you ask a Browns fan to root for the Bengals?
No.
Would you ask a Michigan fan to root for Michigan State?
Oh, no.
So then why is it such a goddamn issue that I don't want to root for the Chicago Cubs in the playoffs when they're not my team? It's not even that I'm rooting for Milwaukee. It's that I'm rooting for the Cubs to do exactly what we all expected the Cubs to do when you didn't pick up any pitching at the trade deadline.
Oh, okay. I'm going to let you get it all out. Are you done? You finished or you done? You finished?
I'm definitely not finished, but I mean, because here's my thing, right? Because I already know what you're gonna say. I didn't root against the White Sox in 2005.
Don't do the Eminem version.
I didn't root against the White Sox in 2005.
I see what you're doing.
I didn't root against the White Sox in 2018. You want to know who rooted against you? The White Sox. You notice? Have you gone through Twitter and have you noticed that every single team tweeted, including the Bulls, by the way, this is not just a Jerry Reinsdorf thing, including the Bulls, tweeted, hey, hope the Cubs have a great playoff run. Go Cubs. Shout out to you. The White Sox didn't. So the White Sox aren't rooting for you. But I'm supposed to root for you? Kiss my grits.
Look, first of all, I don't like the fact that you tried to use my material before I could even say anything. You went the 8 Mile route.
This guy's a gangster. His real name is Clarence.
I got nothing to say now. I got nothing. No, here's the thing. Well, you mentioned a very important word. All right. You mentioned rivalry. Sox, Cubs, crosstown rivalry.
Yeah.
I completely understand the rivalry when we're actually facing each other. The Sox versus the Cubs. You can pick your side of town, whether you're from the South Side like I am, and I'm going to be honest with you, my first game, Sox versus Royals, I still remember it. A long time ago, I think 97 maybe, as a kid. Dang. I was very young. Did you just do a Kevin Hart old man thing?
That was 3.
I'm Don Cheadle now, really? My thing is, like, I get that when you're facing each other. That's always been my argument is if you're really from Chicago, and I'm not saying you're not from Chicago, what I'm saying is that if you're really bleeding the town when it comes to rooting for teams that represent the entire city of Chicago, then when we're not facing each other, yes, I'm rooting for the Sox. In 05, I'm a sports head. I'm a Chicago fan. I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, I wasn't pumping my fists when Juan Uribe threw out I think, was he the one that got the last out for the championship, or was it a Jenks?
No, that was it was No, it was Tadahito Iguchi to Paul Konerko.
Paul Konerko. Okay, I know it was something like that. Okay, all right. Right. And so I thought it was Uribe, but I could be wrong. But my thing is, I was involved. I was invested. I was definitely looking at my set like, yo, let's go. I'm not rooting for nobody else. The Cubs sucked at that time. They were trash. And I'm like, okay, the Sox got their team. I know all the names on the Sox squads. Like for me, to me, it is not that serious, or I guess maybe I'm not that person that will sit here and say, oh, my team's not in it, your team's in it, I'm rooting for the other team that's going against you, to the point where it's like, well, why? This team is still representing your city. And so that's where I draw the line. I say, hey, if the Cubs are facing Milwaukee, by the way, that is in Wisconsin and is connected to the freaking Cheeseheads, I don't care what you say, then why in the world are you rooting for their downfall? I get the pitching. We didn't improve the pitching.
JC, I've watched you root for the Bucks.
Not against the Bulls.
It don't matter. You saying, you're saying, so you root against the Brewers when they're not playing the Cubs? Or you root for the Brewers when they're not playing the Cubs?
I might have rooted for the Bucks when they won the championship because I rooted for Giannis. I love him as a player.
By the way, Cappy, saw you root for the Bucks too.
Yeah, okay.
That's my favorite part of this. See, my favorite part of this is Cap doesn't realize I've listened to him my whole life. I got everything.
You're a Cap fan.
I got everything on Cap.
Yeah.
I know you rooted for the Bucks because I went at you about it. Meanwhile, when the Bulls make the play in, it's not worth it. This team shouldn't even be here. Who cares? Pick a direction. And it's not about Chicago then. It's not about go win and do something for the city then. It's about, get them out of here.
Look here.
I watched you root for the Bucks because you didn't like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. What the Bucks go on to do in that season? They went on to win an NBA championship. You rooted for Milwaukee when they went on to win an NBA championship. So don't give me it's the same as the Packers. No, it ain't. Because for the Packers, we root for them to lose every single game. Stop trying to give me this one-sided BS argument that nobody uses any other time of the year. Now, I will say this. Because they're in your division, Cubs fans may root for the Brewers to lose every game. And they seem to keep doing this to y'all. I'm not going to lie to you.
And if we're being just completely honest from a reasonable perspective, I don't know.
Blazing Nugs, JC only roots for steaks.
Well, hey,
Steaks haven't let them down yet.
Don't let you down. No. There was that one time at G.
Oh, man, that's tough.
It came burnt. But I will say this. Realistically, the Brewers are kicking our butts. I don't know how. I don't know why. They have gone on a magical tear, and I didn't think that they would be the team realistically that they are. I thought that during the season they were just what they were, and I thought that this magic would kind of spell out. They have put BTA to us very easily, very early in each inning. So we'll see. I'm not saying that it's impossible. You even saw the Cubs come back in the World Series that they won versus the Indians, but it clearly has to be 3 straight now. Like you have no choice. So that's the part that I'm not going to sit here and be, the Cubs should have. No. But again, when it comes to Cubs Sox, I'm going to root for the Sox if they're not playing the Cubs. That's just me as a Chicago fan. As a Chicago fan, bro, you're not going to get that out of me. I'm sorry. I know everybody wants to
That's how you root. I'm never going to root for the Cubs.
Is there a reason, though?
Because I'm a Sox fan.
God dang it, bro. Why is there no other reason?
Bruh, listen. Mets fans don't want Yankees fans to do well. Yankees fans don't want Mets fans to do well.
Even when they're not facing each other?
Yeah, it's a rivalry. Rivalries are good. Rivalries are what makes sports fun.
I agree.
It is okay for you to not like a team that is still in your city because that rivalry has been established. You don't see when the Sox made it in 2018, there was no Cubs tweet. Go White Sox, here we go. They don't like each other. Now, the players may have a different approach to this at this point, right? Because I think baseball has kind of taken the rivalry away, although we did get 3-3 this year. For those years where it was 2-2, I think it softened a lot of fans in the city. But here's my thing. If we were both good and we were both in the playoffs, you wouldn't have a problem with me rooting against you.
I wouldn't have a problem with you rooting against me, but I would be extremely happy because it's like, oh, let's get to this crosstown.
Right, 100%. 100%. But you wouldn't have a problem with me rooting against you if we were both good and we were both competitive. So why is it a problem when only one of us is good and I keep the same energy?
Because I guess the energy should go towards, okay, there's a Chicago sports team that's representing the city versus if two of us are good and representing the city, I get, okay, now here's my allegiance versus your allegiance. Now let's hopefully get excited together and hopefully we can get to that crosstown World Series.
So I should put my allegiance aside because the situation is different.
Absolutely.
That's terrible. Even you didn't believe that. Even you didn't.
Well, you know what? Fine. I want at least one more olive branch from you. I'm fine with how you feel. Obviously, your take is going to be your take. And for the record, to back Pat up, I would never call you a child or a jag. I think that was a little too far. And I know sometimes people kind of dig into their takes and kind of dig into the moment and stuff. And so I don't think it was anything personal, but at the same time, let's relax. Like come on. Pat,
well, listen,
your opinion is your opinion.
If that's how Cappy feel, that just means he didn't have an argument. And all he could yell was, Cap's Mr. Cub. And what he don't realize is he gonna drop, oh, that's a bad career choice in this city. If it's a bad career choice that I'm loyal to my team, and then wherever my career takes me for being loyal to my team, take me there. Because I'd be danged if I'm sitting here in a Cubs hat, sitting here screaming at the top of my lungs, yo, PCA, who can't get a hit, who can't make an impact on a team.
Right. Whoa.
Screaming for Shota Imanaga.
Let's relax.
I mean,
they've had some bad moments.
Bad moments. He's giving up a home run every time he's seen the Brewers.
Somebody's tipping his pitches or something. He's been bad the last 4
Hey, brother, the Brewers got a buzzer just for him. They play Houston Astros ball just for him.
I don't know what's going on with Shota.
Like, if it's a bad career choice for me to stick by my team, I'm down with living that bad career choice.
I love the loyalty. I will say that. I love you for the loyalty.
I think that, and by the way, the Sox fans that are like, I'll never root for Milwaukee because they were a division rival. I was 4 when they left. Like, yes, I know the history of the team and all that, but like, I don't have this visceral hate for the Brewers. I also went to a ton of Brewers games as a kid, so like I don't have this visceral hate for the Brewers. That's when we went to see National League Baseball. Like, it was closer than Wrigley.
Softens the blow a little bit.
And it's also not me. It's not me like beating my chest to go out there and love the Brewers.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think, listen, there are Cubs fans that feel the way I feel about the White Sox. There are White Sox fans, of course, that feel the way we feel about the Cubs, and that's okay. The Chicago rivalry that people want to go away, which I'm just, if it's just me by myself, I'm fine with that. I love the fact that we have arguably a great rivalry in sports, and now people are like, I don't really view it as a rivalry. It's not really. It's because we haven't been good at the same time. Probably since 2008.
Should have been, yeah.
I mean, realistically, since 08, you know what I mean? But like, if we're both good, and I remember being a kid and the Sox and the Cubs were both good, we hated each other.
I get it then.
And
yeah,
football
I really
came
do.
back and we loved each other. And mugs sit there and act like when Mets and Yankees or Browns and Bengals or one of them is out of the playoffs, that the other side is like, oh my God, I'm so happy for the state. I'm so happy for the city. Nobody's doing that. Your rivalries are your rivalries. Don't let them die. Mugs at this point, right? Bears Packers been a one-sided thing so long. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, is it really a rivalry? Yeah, it still is. The Packers treat it as one, and they've been the ones kicking our heads in. Guess what? With Ben Johnson, hopefully the Bears treat it as one this year. Like, rivalries are great, man. It's okay to have them. And I don't think we got to be name calling on the other side because I don't want to support your little rivalry, or I don't want to support your little team in the playoffs.
I'll still call you. You're still a grown man. You're not a child. I'll accept that. I'll accept. Yeah. First of all, wait. Don't even get me started. Now I'm a rant on them.
See, what I hate about it is that I'm standing on business, and other mugs. I know people feel this way. Like, I know there are Sox fans out here who are like, I support both sides. Who are like, yeah, the Cubs didn't make it. The Cubs didn't get an extra World Series win.
Sure. They're probably under their breath saying, yeah, good job.
Like, just stand on business.
Here's my last thing, because this is where I want to extend an olive branch to you. Can you at least admit this? Because I know you've been to some Cubs games. Do you like the venue at least?
No, Wrigley's historic. You can feel it. You walk into Wrigley, it's 100% historic. It's an amazing place. I don't like the people in the venue because I don't like the fact that no matter whether y'all win or lose, y'all still sitting there saying, go, Cubs, go. Go, go. It's like, what? Y'all just lost a playoff game. Why are you still partying?
Hey, Chicago, what do you say?
You should feel good. I think the only time the Cubs may have, like, Wrigley may have felt like a gutted situation is Bartman in the last 30 years.
Oh, boy. Yep.
Like, I would say that's the only time. Was that even in? No, it wasn't Wrigley. That's the only time Wrigley may have felt like a gutted situation.
Was it Salou? Yeah, yep.
And then y'all tortured that man.
Yeah, they purposefully.
And
I didn't
then
like
y'all
that.
tortured that man.
I didn't like that. That was.
And you want me to be a Cubs fan?
You sent the address. Somebody was trying to actually get him off. That was.
Y'all
bad.
can kiss the back of my ball.
That was bad. I will admit that.
Shout out to Tony with the super chat, $20 super chat. He said, "I love this podcast because you guys are passionate, but the Commanders got this on Monday. If you guys are live that game, I'd love to join you. I will be live. We will be live for the game. Jordan JC, super producer Joel Holt. Who else gonna be? Drew probably back on that one. I got to check on Drew on that one. I'm just getting back. But nah, man, like it's. I just think to me it's okay to be on opposite sides, and I get it. Root for the city. I root for my team in the city. I mean, if all of a sudden the freaking Chicago Cardinals return, do you think I'm gonna be a Cardinals fan? I'm not gonna give a rat's. You know what?
Yeah.
Caw. You know what I mean?
Oh, I might actually.
Oh boy, here we go.
Bird.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in the show. And love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. This baby's sleeping, so I got to do stuff one armed here. Of course, he's sleeping the opposite arm. Music. Oh yeah, there it is. For Mr. Medium Self, Jordan JC. It is your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down, one love. See Red, White Sox Nation. Bulls are back, by the way. Okay. Billy Donovan out here cussing people out.
Hey, man. Hey, that was hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like he's always done this. Like I
didn't know that. I didn't know he had that time.
I think nobody knew that he had that. They said, if you're tired, go. It didn't even make sense.
Nobody gives them.
If you're tired, go buy a dog. What? Yeah, I'll stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.
Oh, baby.
That's a finish to a show.
Right. We can both definitely agree we're Bears fans. Bear down.
That's what brings us back together.
That's right. Kumbaya.
03 Cubs.